Could a policy expert be expected to be qualified enough to be consulted on, say, the designing of a 3G auction?
So Anjali, let me say something about a course that I teach, and then say something more generally about the question that you asked. So one of the courses I teach is next term is titled The Processes of State Action, and what we study in this course is the various modes by which public decision making takes place, legislative, executive, and judicial. And then when we look at different ways of executive decision making, we look at the range of both economic and political theories that apply to executive decision making. And the 3G auctions and the coal scam cases were all part of the case studies that we did in this course. So we studied this very deeply. But I suspect, Anjali, from the previous question that you asked us about economics and postgraduate in economics, I suspect that a part of your question is motivated by this idea of whether you'll be fully qualified. Now let's be clear that the people who designed the recent spectrum auctions in telecom in India, I think it was an Oxford economist. Not only was he a doctorate in economics, but I think had spent almost 20 years designing auctions around the world. So very high level skills in auction design, and that is itself a subfield in economics and mathematics and so on and so forth. So it's a complex field. So if you're asking me whether a master's in public policy and governance student would readily be able to design auctions, clearly not. It's a very specialized field, and you would need to do a lot more to be in that kind of a public policy expert mode. But are you on the path? You're certainly on the path. It's precisely the kind of degree that brings together the concerns of law, politics, economics, and ethical thinking that goes into this kind of allocation of resource problem. So it's precisely the kind of field that would help you design allocation of resources question.
Fantastic.